to Gresham Park Christian Church Vacation Bible School. I'm Thalia, and I'm here with...
I'm Diamond.
Introduce yourself. Hi. Today's lesson is God's love brings joy. Everyone loves joy, right?
Yeah.
Joy means that you're happy no matter what is going on in your life. Today we're going to learn about two men who had joy in their hearts, even when bad things happened to them. Tell me about some times that you felt joy, Diamond.
My mom hugs me every day. That makes me feel joy.
Yeah. Today the lesson is coming out of the book of Acts 16, 6 through 40. Our lesson is about two men named Paul and Silas. They traveled from city to city to tell people about Jesus. Many people were happy to hear about Jesus, but some people did not like having strangers in your city, especially strangers who seem different from them. Do you like meeting people that seem very different from you?
No.
No, sometimes it can be scary. When Paul and Silas visited the city of Philippi, some people noticed that the two men had customs that were very different from theirs. Do you know what customs are?
Yeah, I wear uniform to school every day.
Customs simply are just the way that you do things, that we do everything day from day. For example, it may be custom for where you live to say good morning when you meet people. But in other countries, they introduce people by saying good day. It's just a different custom. Some people in Philippi became upset that Paul and Silas taught things that were strange from them. They treated Paul and Silas very badly, and they found reasons to beat them and put them in jail. Can you think of a time when something you didn't like happened to you?
My mom turned off my Wi-Fi and I didn't like it very much.
Yeah, there are many bad things that can happen to us. Like maybe you were invited somewhere and you really wanted to go, but because your family had other plans, you couldn't go. Or ate you fell and skinned your knee real bad, or someone was mean to you for no reason, just like the people were mean to Paul and Silas. What did you do? Did you cry or complain?
I complained a lot.
Yeah, being put in jail, especially for no reason, would make a lot of people unhappy. But not Paul and Silas. They spent their time in jail praying to God and singing about God and how wonderful He is. Some people who worked in jail were surprised because when you throw people in jail, you expect them to be upset and complain and maybe even cry. But then something strange happened, an earthquake. An earthquake is when the ground suddenly shakes and moves around. Even a small earthquake can make furniture turn over and fall and break things. A big earthquake can even bring down buildings and cause huge holes in the ground. Have you ever been in an earthquake, Diamond?
No, I haven't.
What are some things that you've done that you do in maybe school or at home to prepare for an earthquake?
What we do is we do a practice drill and we get under the desk and nothing falls on us or we get hurt.
Yeah. Earthquakes can happen all the time. They're not very common here, but in other places there are. You might have even been in an earthquake. But when Paul and Silas were in the earthquake, it made the jail and the building shake and the doors flew open. What do you think usually happens if the doors in a prison opens?
I think they would all escape and be free.
Yeah, you would probably expect the people inside to escape. That's what the guard thought when Paul and Silas were in jail. In that time and place, the punishment for a jailer who let his prisoners go was very harsh. In fact, it was so harsh the jailer thought it would be better for him to die. He was just about to end his life when Paul called out and told him not to hurt himself because they were still there. Why do you think the jailer would want to end his life?
I have no clue.
sometimes you just don't want to face consequences that are going to be really harsh and hurt you.
Yeah.
But Paul and Silas still staying in the jail, that made them realize, that made the jailer realize that Paul and Silas served a wonderful God. He wanted to serve him too. He asked Paul and Silas what he could do to follow Jesus. Paul and Silas told the jailer how to believe in Jesus so that him and his family could become Christians. He was very happy. He wanted Paul and Silas to come to his house where the jailer and his family put medicine on the cuts and bruises that Paul and Silas had gotten from their beatings. They fed them a good dinner, which is probably a much better dinner than they had while in jail. The jailer and all his family were baptized and became Christians. They were all happy that Paul and Silas had taught them about Jesus. Do you know what being baptized means?
I have no clue.
Maybe some people in your family have been baptized. When you decide to follow Jesus for the rest of your life, you can obey Jesus by being dipped in water. It is a way of promising to love and obey the things that Jesus taught. The lesson today is about how as long as you have that love and joy of Jesus in your heart, you'll be able to overcome everything and anything. Well, that's all for today. Bye.
Bye.